I run away from you because I'm afraid that when you know my flaws, you would end up running away from me. However, I know now that you already know my flaws because they are your flaws. When I love me, I love you. When you love you, you love me too.
And it feels like heaven. While you're here, then you know you'll be just fine. For you know that you're intoxicated. Fall asleep to a kiss that tastes like wine. But even dreaming, no, you can't escape it. Once it's over, then you can't wait to press rewind. And I guess it's just how it goes.
I love you and I miss you, and I'll talk to you soon. Hope you're getting ready for your big trip to Germany. Alright, ciao, babe.
I mega busted to San Francisco, where I'm staying with my soul sister from another mister, Sandy by the Bay, and MJ from LA. We met a few years back at Love Park in the city of brotherly love. Every time we see each other, it's a reunion and a warm celebration. We catch up, we connect, we laugh and eat good food. We just understand each other on so many levels.
What I was trying to say is you need to chill. And it takes a lot of energy to like relax and channel all the manic energy into a place. My project. Yeah, your project, your passions, but to chill and to just be calm, it's very, very difficult. For someone that wants to talk all the time. Like, I can't stop. My sister's like, you have verbal diarrhea. I'm like, thanks. And their boundaries. When they're telling me, hey, you're blowing up on my phone, or hey, you're just sending me way too much messages, that's them telling you, hey, here's my boundaries. And if you're not listening to them, and you're continually to only do what you want, you're disrespecting them, and no one wants to be there for them. So just respect them. Text less. Respect.
When I think about someone like that, then it's almost as if like I can't stop thinking about them, and I need it now. I need that instant like gratification of them being here now, being with me now, being like this provider, this whatever. Oh my God, it's so crazy, and I'm now aware of it, at least that it's crazy. Flags. Everybody has red flags. Everybody. I think red flag is now a buzzword, because every time I hear people dating and they're like, oh yeah, they have this red flag, that red flag, it's just red flags everywhere. You know what I mean? We're just human. But the idea is like, when I start falling in love, I don't care about those so-called red flags. I just accept them for their flaws, because they remind me of my flaws. They're my flaws. That's why I understand it. And this is why I fall in love, because I'm like, oh wow, you're just like me. In that shadow side, you know, and I have compassion and sympathy and all that. But my point is, I have an addiction to love.
You have a love addiction.
I have a love addiction.
I guess that doesn't sound too bad of an addiction in a way. As long as you're not stalking people.
No, I have stalked
But you're
people.
kind of stalking people via the many, many message amounts of texts you're sending.
Yeah.
Against the grain, watch the clock tick and fade. Pray for a different scene.
to even break even. So I need to see if I can go back to my original barcode and raise the price.
You have to generate the barcode. Those when you generate a barcode price, you can't edit it. You just have to create a new one. And right now, if you go to the www.myidentifiers.com and click on the Bowker for the barcodes, it'll bring you to BowkerBarcode.com, and you can generate a new barcode for free while our site is down.
Really?
What is going on right now?
Wait, what's going on?
This is supposed to be spray. This is supposed to be here. And so the first page is wrong.
You have to go down, halfway down the stairs to the subway.
Like this is supposed to be here.
Oh.
Take a while.
Hey, we're pushing through the resistance. That's what it looks like right now. We just need more Chinese tea to get us through. Graphic designer, but he's gonna be the future, like, world traveler designer.
That'll be cool.
Yeah, world traveler designer. And you designed this one, right? This one right here on your desktop. Was this on a wall?
Yeah, it's an art show.
Wow. When's your next one?
Uh,
Come on, Chow. When's your next art show? I'll tell you what, your next art show will be with the love stories, because you're designing for volume 3 illustration. So maybe we could blow it up and then like AR it, and then we'll invite artists to come and perform live.
Okay, that's cool.
I think we'll do that. That's the different formats. Yep, that's all the artwork. This is Jocelyn Sears from Pittsburgh. I think she's in Pittsburgh. All of these are augmented now. No, it's the same. You just
Upload it?
yeah. No, sorry. Choose a. Hold on. No, we gotta upload a different. Click on this. Yeah, and then click browse.
Cause it's all white noise, swallowing me. Taking your high horse, and I'll be free. Cause it's all white noise, swallowing me. Baby, we'll know why
mantled plants.
This
So
is pretty,
this-
pretty unusual.
So this one, it's supposed to have leaves?
Like super tiny, like this is literally just like a dot.
Oh wow, it's beautiful.
What time do you guys close?
Looks like a mushroom.
Yeah, it does. Yours is pink, you
This
said?
part is white and leaves are pink.
Yeah, nice. It looks like a big fan.
I know.
It's gorgeous. Paradise
Too bad they
blue.
only hold it like a month, around a month.
Hey, but for that 1 month, you enjoy.
Yeah.
The Love Story Journal Volume 2, Multi-Dimensions. Preface, the producer's love letter. An excerpt. After the Trump-Clinton presidential race, Americans were becoming divided by new colors, red and blue, and race relations were becoming polarized, amplified by media, whilst the economic divide seemed to be ever widening. Walking through downtown Los Angeles reminded me of a scene from Charles Dickens's A Tale of Two Cities, a fiction story that reveals the truth of extremes prior to the French Revolution. Downtown Los Angeles Skid Row reflects a scene similar to A Tale of Two Cities, one filled with tense and hurting people juxtaposed by the apathy of the passerby turning a willful blind eye.
The walls that bridge humanity.
What a good marketing scheme. I got it on film for you, so I think it served its purpose for me.
I don't want it. I think I might want it all. I just need you a little more free. I don't want to crawl. I think I might want it all. I just need
Crimes of the
you
Wizard.
a little more free.
It's a really interesting stuff. Defense against the dark arts, data, transfiguration. Wow, they're taking a lot of the esoteric stuff and putting it into fiction. So, Crimes, it's still set in the Harry Potter days, in that fantasy realm. Look at these sacred geometry. There's definitely science to this.
All
Real science.
around me. Science trying to say,
The mirror?
even though it's set
Oh.
walls that bridge humanity. Among the flaws of our own history. I don't want it. I think I might want it all. I just need a little more free. I don't want to crawl. I think I might want it all. I just need a little more free. I don't want it. I think I might want it all. I just need a little more free. I don't want to cry. I think I might want it. I just need to be a little more free.
Take Mr. Tech, Mitch, and put him with Hellraiser and Frida, and you end up with a place like the K4 Center that's all devoted to tech diversity, inclusion, and social justice and social impact and that kind of thing. So they
I'll create this workshop with the thanks of EOS Dublin and SHIOS, so I want to give a big thank you to them. Thank you. love going to the Caper Center for, wow, I felt like I stepped into like an X-Men classroom. I'm just like, Mr. Xavier. But yeah, this is amazing. I wanted to have something for like the developers, you know, given our experience in London, it was very fun. But it would have been nice to meet with the developers the day before, like maybe like.
Wow.
Yo.
As developers?
Developers?
Really? Cool. Participating in the hackathon? Yeah.
Nice.
Nice. This will give you a huge advantage. You get
That's the terminal. Yay.
Tiny install, and it gives you a lot of advantages, especially when you're doing new tutorials. It's better to focus on the code than on the setup.
Who was able to set up the Docker and was able to pull the image? Can you raise your hand?
Oh, I'm in already, right?
Okay.
I think they need.
Okay.
do I have to go for that?
Guys, raise your hand if you reached that step yet. Or written C++.
While people are installing, do people have an idea of what like scatter is, what the relationship is between EOS and things like that? Would you like a little bit of an overview while people are doing that? Yeah. So while people are installing that, you can kind of see what's going on. So all the Docker stuff that you're doing, that's more like the, ready? Oh, speak up? Okay. So all the Docker stuff that you're doing, that's all kind of the back end. What's hosting your contracts, what's hosting your node, all that command. Now, you see the trouble that we're going through, even with very smart people in this room, of installing different tooling. So now you take that and you're going to do public things, public-facing things. You're not going to have your future users of your dApp going through the steps you're going through right now. You're willing to go through the pain because you're trying to develop something. So now we need tools that make it easy for your end user. And that's where tooling like Scatter comes in. So in the Ethereum world, we had tooling like MetaMask. You have a little Chrome extension, and it lets you sign transactions instead of having to do it with the command line, which, you know, that's what a lot of you are having to do right now to set up Docker. So Scatter is a tool that was built. It started off as a Chrome extension to let you have usage into these type of tools that you're using, but doing it through a website. So now it's continued development. Now it's an actual desktop app, and they made it a lot more secure. And once we have Scatter installed, there's code we can write on the browser in JavaScript that will let us trigger commands into the signing wallet or the signing transactions that then get passed on to the backend services like your smart contracts, etc. So it's the -F thing. It just says, instead of just giving you the last 10, follow the logs. So it's following the logs, and that's what it just brings up.
Okay.
To stop that, just do Control-C.
Okay. Yeah, baby. Ooh, we gotta select what kind of wallet. Ethereum?
From the startup steps, if everyone's done with 1.3? So we're just helping this Docker that's running inside.
No, I closed my Docker.
Okay, never mind. So I think 3 that we use, we have to get into the machine itself, into the container, and run Kleos from there. We don't want to do that every single time. So the way that we avoid that is create a shortcut for that entire step that we did in one command called Kleos.
Chapter 4, The E-Myth, Why Most Businesses Don't Work and What to Do About It by Michael E. Gerber. Chapter 4, Adolescence, Getting Some Help. Adolescence begins at the point in the life of your business when you decide to get some help. There's no telling how soon this will happen, but it always happens, precipitated by a crisis in the infancy stage. Every business that lasts must grow into the adolescent phase. What kind of help do you, the overloaded technician, go out to get? The answer is as easy as it is inevitable. Technical help. Someone with experience. Someone with experience in your kind of business. Someone who knows how to do the technical work that isn't getting done. Usually the work you don't like to do.
So how it shows up is there's a proposer. This is the account name of the person that proposed it.
Is this real?
This is real. This is live.
Okay, so I shouldn't record that then, right?
It doesn't matter. It's public.
Okay.
It's
All
public
right.
information. So,
Oh, okay.
so,
All right, go ahead.
It gives them a proposal. It's a version control system. You put up a existing article, which is this right here. We have this is just a fingerprint for that. You submit the new fingerprint that you want to move it to, and it tracks the version history of the whole thing. So you can go back at any point publicly on this chain, and you can see where were the changes made, who made the changes, and how big were the changes they made. You can track all that information, sync that information to some sort of smart contract or script that you have, and then at the end of the year, when you have, when you disperse these royalties you get, send it to the contract, it'll do the dispersals for you.
That's amazing. This is exactly what I need right now. Because, like, for example, I have 40 stories here, okay? In the future, I'm going to have 13 stories per book, per journal, and it's going to be lifetime royalties. Lifetime. So, like, whoever gets it, unlike other traditional publishers, I want people to own the books. You know what I mean? Own their content. So if there's 13 different, let's say this one has 40. So there's 40 different artists. All 40 owns the copyright. All 40 gets lifetime royalties on the book. I want, and the filmmakers too, and the graphic designer and the illustrator. So everybody that has put in work gets, they're licensing their work to us, and they own 100% of their piece of content. You know what I mean? And like the value of the book that the whole group puts together, I want it equitably and transparently and immutably dispersed. Their ROI. And this is it.
Let's do that.
Yes! This is why I
You'll have to
came
add
to
some
San
code on
Francisco.
top of this, but you'll have to add the payment code on top of it. Right now, this will do the tracking for you.
Okay.
This will track the data. It'll store it immutably.
Okay.
You'll be able to go back to this at any point and figure out who added what to your content.
Okay.
There's one extra portion in ours, and that's a voting layer.
Okay.
So edits have to be approved and voted in our system.
Okay.
I don't know if you want that part or not. You can just ignore that part if you want.
What do you mean by voted in?
So let me show you here. We have articles get submitted. How's she doing? 10 people have voted yes, 0 no. Not 10 people, but like 10 votes. Let's go to one that's a little older so it has some votes. Here, 14,000 votes in favor, 0 against, that kind of thing.
So what happens if you get a certain amount of votes?
If you get more than 50% votes, it gets added to the system. If not, it gets rejected from the system.
Oh. I get it. So it's like Quora on the blockchain.
Kind of, yeah. Ours is encyclopedia, ours is articles, but there's going to be, we're going to expand this into more than just articles. We're going to expand it into general purpose content. We're going to leave the voting portion in. You're free to ignore this voting portion. As long as these records are here forever, you can go back, you can run a script that just ignores the voting portion of it.
Okay. 13 is also known to be a karmic debt number. This number has a groundbreaking power. However, if it is used only for personal benefits, it can be destructive. With this number, the word transformation has to be embraced, and a person has to make himself more adaptable to changes around him. When the person learns to adapt to change, the negative effect of this number can be handled gracefully and hence shall diminish. At the same time, the person also has to understand that there would be no escaping hard work for him. He has to put more effort as compared to others. With a 13, shortcuts and getting there quick schemes won't work. This is a number of enormous spiritual growth, but that can only be gained through many trials. Thank you.